नमस्कार दोस्तों, मैं विशाल रौनियार आप सभी लोगों का स्वागत करता हूं अपने YouTube चैनल पर। दोस्तों, आज की इस वीडियो में हम BSNL के जो चीफ मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर हैं रोबोट जे रवि, उन्होंने नए साल पर जो BSNL के कर्मचारी हैं और BSNL से रिलेटेड जो भी मुद्दे हैं, थर्ड PRC वेज एग्रीमेंट और जो मुद्दे हैं उसके बारे में उन्होंने क्या कहा है, आज की इस वीडियो में आपको साफ साफ पता चल जाएगा। तो बस आपको वीडियो पूरा देखना है और वीडियो अगर आपको यूजफुल लगा हो तो वीडियो को आप ज्यादा से ज्यादा शेयर कर दीजिएगा और मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना बिल्कुल भी मत भूलिएगा। तो चलिए वीडियो को देखते रहिए क्या कह रहे हैं, और ताकि आपको पता चल जाएगा कि BSNL की जो स्थिति है और थर्ड PRC को लेकर जो मैनेजमेंट कमेटी है क्या कह रही है।
सभी सहकर्मीगण, आज 1 जनवरी का दिन है, नववर्ष का दिन है और इस नववर्ष के अवसर पर हम अपनी तरफ से सब लोगों को हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं देते हैं और BSNL के लिए उज्जवल भविष्य की कामना करते हैं। इस अवसर पर हमारे आदरणीय CMD साहब आप सभी को संबोधित करेंगे, अपना आशीर्वचन देंगे और आगे के लिए मार्गदर्शन करेंगे। तो मैं अब आग्रह करता हूँ आदरणीय CMD सर से काइंडली हम लोगों को अपने उद्बोधन से संबोधित करें।
Good morning, my dear brothers and sisters of the BSNL family. I think it's really warm, it's cold, and on behalf of me and my board of directors, we wish each one of you a very, very happy New Year 2026. I thought this is the time we can take a few minutes to think over what we did in 25 and what is before us in 26. As the sun is rising today in 2026, I am standing before you not only as CMD, as a fellow traveler in the sacred journey what we did in 2025. As the Asian wisdom always tells us, with every sunrise there is some hope and some transformation. Success has come through lot of effort, not merely through wishes. Now, all of us are very well aware 2025 was a very, very important year, especially in 4G. We have together scripted what was one of the remarkable turnaround stories in India's corporate history. What the world was thinking that it is impossible, we made it possible, all of us together. What skeptics dismiss this as what they say a fading legacy, we all together, especially you, transformed this into a beacon of national pride. The message is a great celebration today and also an invitation to reflect on each one of us, a mirror to show how far we have gone so far and inspire us in asking, or each one of us giving our best. Are we part of the solution? What more we can contribute for the growth and development of BSNL and ultimately the country? The dawn which we dreamt of is almost there. We all know that last year we posted back-to-back quarterly profits after a number of years. But let me quickly tell you some of the numbers which today on the first day let all our hearts fill with some pride. We had a back-to-back quarterly profits, first time in many, many years. Our EBITDA surged to nearly 150% to amount 5,396 crores. Thanks to each one of you. 27 circles turned EBITDA positive in 2025. Our operating revenue grew by 8%, touching nearly 21,000 crores. And for the record, we installed and commissioned nearly 1 lakh 4G indigenous towers. Probably the 5th country which boasts proudly as its own indigenous towers. This is just, when I read these numbers, these are not just financial turnarounds. It is a real proof of our unitedness with purpose. That will show us that we can even move mountains. I think all of you already have today. We are launching another very, very interesting feature in BSNL, the voice over Wi-Fi, which we have been silently testing for quite some time. So I think this opportunity, let me take each one of you to learn more about this technology, go back and tell our customers more about it. So it will help in give a crystal clear voice where we don't have any signal or we have a low signal. Suppose we have, in our area, we don't have enough BSNL signal, but you have your own BSNL Wi-Fi. When you move in, automatically your calls will be there. It will be as good as a mobile call there. So crystal clear voice. So this has made us, it is not a feature, it is our promise that BSNL will reach everywhere, whether it could be through towers, through fibers, now on Wi-Fi. And the very important point is it can work in any Wi-Fi. It's not only BSNL, it can work in any Wi-Fi. And we are also glad that each one of you put a lot of efforts to ensure that today we have close to 1,100 villages where we are having Wi-Fi, our own BSNL Wi-Fi in these villages. Just imagine a scenario where a remotest corner of a village where we don't have a coverage at all, no towers, no coverage, but you have a fiber FTTH and you have a Wi-Fi, your voice is connected. I was other day discussing with Director Enterprise on the VSAT establishment. We all know that we have deployed a number of VSAT across the remotest corners where nothing is available. You put a VSAT and then we have a connectivity. These VSAT also now we are trying to do Wi-Fi based Wi-Fi. Already work is in progress. Just imagine in these areas when Wi-Fi is there, if you are a BSNL customer, you go there, you will have 4G connectivity there. That's the dream which we have today launched it out. Please take this forward. Now with this, the journey has just begun. That as I told, the sun is rising. This is just a small glimpse of the sun. And the full day is before us. Still a lot needs to be done. So my dear colleagues, we have won very, very important battles. But the mission for BSNL's sustainable future still continues. We have a lot of exciting mountains that need to be climbed. Let us think why. If we all look back and think on BSNL structure, we have one of the best BSNL infrastructure, the best system in the country, which even some of the private players don't have. We have the largest fiber network. We are also building our BharatNet. We have the extensive tower infrastructure. We have all systems that others admire and envy. But let us ensure our customer experience also matches this infrastructure. On this first day, we should also take a pledge that each one of us will contribute to the happiness and trust of every customer. As we all know, systems enable services, but actually people deliver the delight. We should also remember that every customer is just not a number. When we add a subscriber, it is just not adding one SIM, one number. It is a person who has chosen BSNL with trust and confidence in us. So 2026, I request all of you should make it as a year to win the hearts of our consumers. Another very important stuff, our technical architecture. Let us also look back and see how do we ramp up our technical architecture in 2026. Can we not simplify our process, which is all very complex? We are also having a very talented young engineers, chartered accountant. We have a lot of chartered accountant people working in BSNL, a lot of young professionals. So they should all come back, help in redesigning this process from the scratch. And look at mobile, when we talk about optimization, we should put our hands on and we should start doing our optimization. FTTH, our director Saab is there, we are all trying to do whatever best possible. Can we not bring out some new innovations in FTTH? Let me tell you one small bit of innovation that we are trying to push. Similar to the voice over Wi-Fi, we were also trying, in our FTTH, can I mix something like small cells, what we call femtocells, which means you go down to a basement, we don't have a signal, but you can lay a fiber, put an FTTH, and you can have a connectivity there. So these type of innovative ideas that shakes FTTH needs to be thought about. Only then our pillar of strength, the FTTH, will have to grow leaps and bounds. EB business, always I used to mention, our director's office also is pushing it a very, very big way. But we need to set our eyes on something new business areas, which we have already started doing. Data centers, education, etc. I'm glad to also mention something very interesting. The government has recognized our efforts. You will soon hear that we will also be setting up test beds for sectors, the power sector, refineries, etc. So the government is also trusting us in these new areas. So we should also see what new areas we have to bring in. Thanks to our Director of Finance out, we are trying to put in place every process to improve efficiency in the network. The financial architecture itself is completely rejigged and rewritten so that processes are simplified, and we see that how effectively and efficiently we use whatever money we get collected. To all our young JTOs, SDs, finance officers, and our fresh minds in BSNL, I would say this is your moment today. The future of BSNL is going to be shaped by your ideas, your courage to reimagine how things you can do better. So I request you all today to put a challenge among yourself. Challenge the process. Innovate fearlessly. What more I can build, I can come up with new ideas, new thoughts. Because in business models, something different, something innovative is actually going to push the corners. That is going to be a game changer. So that is where we need to have our own imagination. Thanks to them, I don't know how many of you are already aware, we were silently working for more than 6 months on what we have a tech blogger sites. These guys are writing a lot of activities on BSNL. I wish to help them to continue the work in social media, be BSNL's ambassadors online, share our achievements, build our brand, build our youth in the digital platforms. Digital platforms are the way forward, which I request youngsters to have a look and then come up with idea. Our finance officers, many of them are chartered accountants. They should, wherever they are in the field, the circles, they should ensure that they actually strengthen the revenue streams. They should design better financial controls. Make a very, very strong, robust system in finance. And our engineers, as I told you, apart from the innovations, what you try to do, we have rolled out a 4G stack. This 4G stack can also take your 5G. And we are even talking a bit of the futuristic 6G and a little play on the 5G. So this is high time we engineers, thanks to our team, I should really take this opportunity to thank that particular team. I think Sunil is around, will know that we have put a small crack team of youngsters who actually work behind the scene to ensure how the 4G network today is properly optimized. Not by TCS engineers or Tejas engineers. Our own BSNL engineers also played a vital role, thanks to them. But I want to ask them to go a step forward. Start learning this stack and then see how you can own this technology and become experts so that others can look up. Even a lot of countries are showing interest because of on these technologies. So once we have the play system in place, I'm very sure we should be able to really make new frontiers in that particular stack. But I promise you today, good ideas will be heard, innovation will be celebrated. Any good thinking, fresh thinking will always be embraced. That's what we have been doing the last 6-7 months. Use this BSNL as a platform for innovation. Because we have the structure, infrastructure we have the talent here, you need to build up. And that all the process needs to be done by employees today. We are also thinking very interesting concept put on by the trainings by our Kalyan Saab. We are opening up a technothon or hackathon thing where we can completely revamp the process what we have. I think the young engineers should really take lead. And that will also add to our so-called innovation in our Atmanirbhar aspiration of the country. So in short, friends, 2026 is the year that we transform the system. So I want this 2026 to be the year of transformation, a fundamental transformation. We should not look at incremental improvements, not cosmetic changes. A complete re-engineering, reimagination of how BSNL operates. We should ask ourselves bold questions. What we should do things differently? Is what we are doing is correct? How do we simplify instead of making a very complex thing? Can I simplify the process and improve? Can I use technology? So the new possibilities are enormous. So the new destinations require these new paths. Let us have the courage to innovate, even if it requires stepping out of what we say that's comfort zones. So I have put in our team of our board of directors had a lot of discussion. We already put in the targets. We are also going to circulate these targets around. My request to you on behalf of the board of directors also, we should have a commitment to the nation and to the future of BSNL. So we have a very clear put targets. We are going to go on 5G in at least 6 cities. We wanted to add a lot of mobile additions. We need to, by March 26, we should aim at least additional 50 lakh plus, which requires a real push from each one of us. On the FTTH side, we should come up with new innovations that at least we read a little greater than 5 lakh new FTTH connections that will ensure that we retain our core businesses. Another very important point I want you to concentrate is our MNP port-outs ratio, which has been increasing. So that is one area which we should see that we put efforts to decrease it. The circles, especially, we have been pumping a lot of battery and power plants. I think probably the largest number of batteries and power plant put in a year in BSNL's history is one of the largest this year. Let us use this as an opportunity and improve our network availability. Not be satisfied with 90%. We should aim at 98 to 99% of network availability. And in the enterprise business, we should aim at a real growth of 20%. Once upon a time, I think, when we were all discussing in the boardroom corridors, there's always a talk. Other operators first grab the business of the enterprise business. The enterprise businesses should form the transformation journey for BSNL, which we should aim for at least 20% of this growth this year. Most importantly, I think our Raji, Director of Finance, and all our directors, we are all putting down together to see that on one hand we improve our revenues, on the other hand is how do I control my cost? How do my cost optimization is very, very important. I request each one of you, the circles, the CGMs, the BA heads, the OA heads, who are all watching around, to take this in a strength and then say, how do I optimize the cost and increase my revenue? That is very, very critical today, especially when we have our 4G network rolled out. I can confidently say that is circles and the BAs and OAs. The BAs which is putting lot of effort in ensuring optimization of the network saw the greatest revenue growth in this quarter. That is very, very critical for all of us. So let us see that we do this optimization. If this happens, this year, we should target for what we have, sustained profitability. When we have this sustained profitability, I know we have a lot of HR issues available, which will be the first stepping stone to solve many of our long-term pending problems, especially with your PRCs, financial operations, etc., which I am very sure and confident we should soon see the light of it. I want every BSNL employee to internalize. I'm just trying to put this whole year. I request each one of you, especially the associations, unions, everyone, to take down this message. Every employee to just take 3 important mantras time every day in the morning. When you come to office, I should have these 3 thoughts in my mind. I give more than I take. My contribution to BSNL's rise is my gift to India's progress, and my work is my worship. I request each one of you to take this message, the CGM, the BAs, OAs who are watching. These 3 should be the message every day in 2026. Let us think about it. When you start thinking about it, the revenues will come in. When revenue comes in, all our problems automatically get solved. So, the period of revival of BSNL is over in 2025, and 2026 is the period of renaissance that waits for us. Let us rise together. In my closing, I ask you to carry with a profound sense of responsibility, not imposed from anyone else, not the government or from DOT or anyone, from each one of us itself. The success of BSNL is depending on the 55,000 employees and their families who depend on our success, the BSNL success. The nation, the government has invested close to 3 lakh crores on our revival. That is the critical thing. Millions of customers in the remotest corners of the country have no option other than BSNL. The dream of our Atmanirbhar Bharat rests also on our shoulders. So, friends, this is not a job. This is a calling. I request you to. Those who embrace this calling will find meaning in purpose. I think if you remember, we are adding Connecting India, we changed to Connecting Bharat. From Connecting India to Connecting Bharat, our renewed identity reflects what we have, our deepened missions. Now, hereafter, we are not a telecom company. We are the backbone of the digital India of the government which is thinking on. Because we are the only network that goes where others are not going. We are the only guardians of the national security communications. So India's telecom, India's pride is India's BSNL. So friends, 2026 is not just another year that is beginning. It is the dawn of a long-dreamt dream. It is a new beginning which we have worked hard in 2025. It is the moment where this revival transforms into renaissance. The world is watching, the nation is counting, and history is written by your own hands. BSNL rise is unstoppable because the people building it like you are chosen to be unstoppable. I want each one of you to be part of this journey. Let's make 2026 as a year that BSNL actually rolls back stronger, faster, and stoppable. together we will achieve this. I think we have a lot of faith once again on behalf of Board of Directors and myself. We wish you all and your family a very, very happy New Year going forward, and let us roar back stronger, faster, unstoppable in years to come so that we will achieve our dream. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your very inspiring, motivating and visionary address. Under your leadership and under the leadership of able Board of Director and CEO Madam and able employees of this great company, we are seeing a very bright future in this new year. We hope that all under your leadership the company has come out of dark ages and now ray of hope is there, and we are thankful to you and your great leadership, and we assure you on behalf of all of our employees and officers that we will leave no stone unturned to achieve the dreams which you have put on us. We will bring out BSNL with flying colors in this new year 2026, and I hope all the employees also will get their due benefit, which is long due, like their long held PRC, wage revisions, promotions, and BSNL will achieve sustained profitability in coming days. Thank you, sir. Now I again wish you all a very happy new year and a great future for BSNL. Let us all work together to bring BSNL to its old glory.